What's going down, y'all? It's one half of the Wake Up Crew here to talk some WNBA prop bets over on PrizePicks. We only got one game on the slate today. We had the day off yesterday from the WNBA. Sunday, really good. Our Discord, super active. Cheyenne Parker, I mean, it was a good day. Tierra McCowan balled out. She did her thing. But the last video that I put out, Kalia Copper was on the thumbnail, and she did exactly what she needed to do. She went over her points and rebounds. We also talked about A'ja Wilson's free throws, which we are going back to tonight on the slate versus Chicago. A lot of good shit. It was almost a clean sweep. We had 3 of 4 picks in our 6 mix and match power plays that came to fruition. So it was a good night, profitable night. We dove into the data. My Spari, shout out to Mitch, DFS and Donuts and their entire crew. Going through the data, 1 game slate, so it should be quick, easy, and hopefully we cash out tonight. So I hope you enjoy the data. Let's get into it right now. All right, as always, we start off with the lineups to see who's in, who's out. The aces are at full strength, and it looks like Chicago Sky. The only player we're waiting on to be confirmed is the Sloot, Courtney Vandersloot, game time decision. She's missed the past couple of games, which has given some more opportunity to Julie Alleman and some other players for Chicago. But if the Sloot is back in, Julie is a no play, and we'll see how this impacts some of the other players. But full strength, full health for everybody out there. Let's go to PrizePicks really quickly because this is a play. Just letting y'all know now, I'm running it, no doubt. Anytime they give us A'ja Wilson at 4 free throws, I'm taking it. She's averaging 4 over her last 5. But what I like about A'ja Wilson is she's getting to the line. You see her last 10 games, she's 7 free throw attempts. She only had 1 versus Indiana, 6-4, 6-9, 15, 3, and 2. And if we see how she's done over her time versus Chicago, free throw attempts, she had 9 free throw attempts in 1 game and then 2 in another game. But we go to DFS, we go to Spari, my Spari, and look at the data that they've provided. And you want to attack Chicago and Las Vegas with forwards, all right? So let's do this really quickly and show you how these teams do versus forwards and points. Let's go here, largest to smallest. There goes Chicago and Las Vegas. They are the 2 worst teams against forwards in the WNBA. So I want to play Emma Mason. I want to look at A'ja Wilson. I know she's a forward center. Kalia Copper, they got her, they've got her as a guard forward. If Courtney Vandersloot is in, that kicks Copper down to that small forward position. So maybe some more opportunity for her. But you see Chicago and Las Vegas. If you want to attack these 2 teams, you do them with forwards. We do this every time. We should be getting in a cadence and a rhythm of knowing where to attack some of these teams, whether it's rebounds, points. Both these 2 teams not good versus the forwards. And then you see free throw attempts for forwards. There goes Las Vegas. They're giving up about 7.5 free throw attempts versus forwards. Chicago down here, 5.4, so a little better against the forwards. But with A'ja Wilson, them at full strength, I think Asia's going to get to the line. I like this prop. Normally, when we see A'ja Wilson's free throw prop at 4, it will bump up to 4.5 by game time. So to get her at 4, and you see, over the course of the season, she's averaging about 5 free throw attempts per game. But I like that 4 number. When I see 4, I just auto lock it in for A'ja Wilson. She's one of the highest usage rate players in the WNBA. She's averaging 27 minutes a game, which all of the Aces minutes are going down. And we'll pull the model up real quick because I really want to target some fantasy score today. Kind of liking. I've been watching fantasy score over the last couple of weeks, and it's been pretty predictive. The model's been pretty good at identifying some good fantasy score plays. An underplay that I do like is Kelsey Plum. I know she's dope. I know she can score. She can get hot, but she really gives you not much in terms of assist. If we go to assist, pull up Kelsey Plum. You see, she's averaging 4 assists over her last 5, 6.5 versus Chicago, but 2, 2, 7, 4, and 5, and that 7 assist game versus Atlanta really propping her up. The minutes have gone down just a tad bit over the last 5 games for Plum. Over the course of the season, 33 minutes a game, and she's right around 29 minutes, but she's going to play a ton versus Chicago. These are 2 really good teams, but if I wanted to attack an under, which I've already ran a ticket with 31.5, I did take the under on Kelsey Plum's fantasy score. Emma Mason, the highest fantasy score projected probability over in the model over the last 5 games, 34.8 fantasy score. She's kind of doing it on the offensive end, and she's grabbing you, getting a steal here or there. I think her steal prop is probably at 1.5. I haven't even looked at it. Let's just check real quick. And let's see, blocks and steals. There she is, Emma Mason, 1.5. She's averaging 2.4 over her last 5. I like that. I want players, if I'm taking a fantasy score over, I want players who get it done on the offensive end and the defensive end. And A'ja Wilson is that player, right? And I see right here, 45% probability to the over. Her prop is extremely high at 43.5, but she's averaging 46.1 over her last 5 games, 1.4 fantasy points per minute, which is just nuts. That's insane. You want to attack Chicago with forwards. I think A'ja Wilson, her points, her fantasy score, her free throw prop should be really solid. Chelsea Gray has also been on a heater. I ran an over her fantasy score of 28.5, averaging 35.5 over her last 5 games. And look at her. She's in that one fantasy point per minute category, along with Emma Mason and Candace Parker, A'ja Wilson, and Courtney Vandersloot, who should be back. She should be back. Game time decision. If she's in the lineup, then she should do her thing, right? I don't want to touch it tonight. De'Erica Hamby, another player that I'm looking at for an under for Hamby. 14.9 over her last 5. The minutes are going down for her. All the aces, everybody on the slate. There's only one player that's averaging 30+ minutes per game right now, and that's Jackie Young. And you even see her fantasy score probability to go over is 47%. So if you're asking me right now at this moment what I like Kelsey Plum under. Anytime I see like 30%, I'm just trusting the data right now, knowing good and well she can blow this out of the water. Over the last 5, 27.7. I like that. I like the prop to edge probability there. So Kelsey Plum under seems like it should be a solid bet. I love Chelsea Gray tonight, doing it on the offensive end, getting you a couple of steals, the assists, the points. I know she had 20. She didn't do as well last game, 23.6, but 45, 35, 42, and 31.1. Over her last 5 in the fantasy score category. And then Kahleah Copper. I really do like Kahleah Copper tonight. She's been extremely aggressive. She's getting up tons of shots. She may be the highest usage player on Chicago. Don't quote me on that. I haven't looked that up. I'm just kind of talking here. But just watching her play, she's aggressive. She's getting shots up. You see the field goal attempts, 13, 9, 11, 16, and 8. And she's getting to the free throw line. She's getting to the line. Over the last 5 games, she's getting 6 free throw attempts. She is very aggressive, driving to the cup, and with those bigs down low, there could be some opportunity for Kahleah Copper. And I think her free throws are at 3, which, again, averaging 4.5 over the last 5, 9, 6, 4, 3, and 0. I mean, she's hit or cleared this in every game except this one. Versus the Los Angeles Sparks here on the 14th. So Kahleah Copper over free throws should be a nice play as well. You see how many she's averaging, putting up. She's getting up 3-point attempts. She's playing a lot, and she's getting her shots up. So I like those plays. Kahleah Copper's fantasy score, we got it projected to go over by about 2 full points on the high end, 36 on the low end, 16. So like that. This is a game where I think I might run like 2, 3-pick power plays and then a 5-leg flex. And if I had to say my most confident plays, I'm just going to trust the data. Emma Mason, Chelsea Gray with the overs. They're both over 70%. And then Kelsey Plum with an under fantasy score, but still love A'ja Wilson's free throws. I love Kahleah Copper's fantasy score and her free throws. Candace Parker should do her thing. Emma Mason didn't really play well last game, but, she's one of the better players in the WNBA, so I'm not going to fade her too much. But there goes the single game slate tonight. The game doesn't start until 8:30 Eastern time, so we've got plenty of time to get those bets in. Dive into the data. Make sure you go over to Sparry to check out some of the data. And let's pull it up one more time. and let's just show you how these teams are versus why I'm sort of kind of bearish on Kelsey Plum tonight. And just, again, she's dope. I'm not taking anything from her. We all know that. But Chicago, the stingiest team in the WNBA, giving up points to guards. They give up about 35.5 points to guards. So when you're talking Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, and Kelsey Plum, on average, Chicago's only allowing 35 points per game to guards. And they do give up quite a bit of assists. I think they're towards the top of the WNBA in giving up assists to guards, right there, second in the WNBA, right behind Minnesota, which is why I am kind of in on Chelsea Gray in her fantasy score tonight. But this is the data. This is the full season. Why I'm a little bit weary of Kelsey Plum. And if we just go into the defensive data, Chicago is a very good defensive team, right? There they go, top 5 in the WNBA in defensive rating. They do allow a lot of points in the paint, right? 38.4. So Asia Wilson, there should be some opportunity to get to the cup. But Chicago, good defensive team, a little bit better than Las Vegas. They want to run and gun. So this is sort of where I'm at. They don't allow a ton of points off of turnovers. They don't allow a ton of fast break points, but they do give up some points down low in the paint. But a very good defensive team for Chicago, and they're pretty solid against the guards. So just wanted to pull that up real quick. God, 11 minutes for one game. We had some more time to talk through it, but I appreciate you tapping into the channel. If you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe below. The most important thing, comment. Let me know who you are playing below. Tell me what you're going with tonight, who you're rolling with. We'll be back tomorrow with more WNBA picks on the channel. Just hit the thumbs up button, like, and subscribe. As always, if you tail, give PRIZEPICKS hell, and if we fail, do not bail. We'll be back. Good luck and good night.